Okay, so here we have a 1980 Kawasaki Kx250. I don't know a huge amount about this bike, so literally I took this in Partex on Saturday. The guy had done a partial restoration of it, which as we look around the bike you'll see the bits that he's done and the bits that kind of still need doing really, but it's probably okay to ride as is. If you want to do a bit of cosmetics to it, then that will probably be all you'd really need to do. So let's have a closer look at it, and we'll get gearbox check done and get it fired up and run up and down the road. So the guy had this for 11 or 12 years, I think he said, and not really done anything with it, and then in lockdown he decided he was going to do it up. And so he's had the engine fully rebuilt, it's had everything done to it, top and bottom end, all new bearings and seals throughout. Then they weren't able to get it running right, so he's got a brand new genuine Mikuni carb for it, which is a nice thing. The exhaust pipe is generally quite nice on the top here, and then underneath there's quite a few stone chips around here, and then there's a dent in there, so it's not 100% perfect, but it's definitely all right to use. The rear silencer, when it fires up, you'll hear that does need repacking, so that'll be a relatively easy job to do, but it does need doing. He's got the wrong front number board on there, so could do with finding a period number board, I would say, rather than a modern one. The tank, he tried to buff this up. Now that will polish up. You just take a little bit of time to do. If you want someone to do it for you, I can put you in touch with someone who can bring that back up to being perfect again. And then you get the decals for the side of it, which will then set it off. This plastic is obviously one of the original ones, and it's had a few cracks in it. Again, you could run with that plastic or replace it with another one. Front forks. So the chrome is generally good. On this one, there's a couple of stone chips at the top, but that's not an area that you're really going to be having your travel coming up to. So, or if you do, it'll be very rare. So it shouldn't cause any major problems. The other fork is absolutely fine. Which I'll show you in a second. The front rim is perfectly round, so no issues with that. Spokes have got surface rust on them, so again that is something that you could clean up, and that would make a difference to the bike. So if we have a look at the fork on this side, there's no stone chips or anything on this side of the fork, it's all bang on, no corrosion or anything, which is what we're looking for. The downside of this side of the fork is that there was a hole in the bottom of the fork leg down here, and they've filled that up with liquid metal like JB Weld or something like that. Now, to do a proper job, you would clean all that off and have it TIG welded up from the outside and filed back. But he says it's been like this for quite a while now, and he's not had a problem with it, so you could find that it would last almost forever like that. So he'd had the frame powder coated. He'd had it powder coated, been coated a couple of times I believe, so it's a really nice finish on the frame. Nice things like original foot pegs and gear lever and stuff, and then they'd lost the original chain guard, so his friend has made him that, which I think is an absolute flipping work of art out of out of aluminium. Really, really nice bit of kit. New chain slider, which is again a nice thing and won't have been cheap. New plastics on this side, or certainly this one is new. That one might be the original one that's been painted. It is. So that's an original, and this is a replacement piece. Again, these plastics will clean up if you wanted to go down that route, or you could get replacements, whatever you're wanting to do. Certainly to ride it, it'll be alright as is. Rear rim, again, no dents, perfectly round. Again, bits of surface rust on the spokes, but nothing major at all. And oh, that's the other thing. So the shock absorbers on these, I believe, were non-rebuildable, completely sealed units, and it was leaking, so the seals had gone and this, that and the other. So he couldn't get that rebuilt, obviously, because it's non-rebuildable. So he had a shock for a CR480, which was the same length. So it's got a rebuildable CR480 shock in it, which obviously will be better and is rebuildable. Whether it's sprung to the right weight or not, not sure. That might be something that you could test out for yourself and or replace if you decided it needed it. Get the gearbox checked. Okay, so will be a 5-speed box in this, being a 250. So we're in neutral at the minute. Down into first, up into second, third, fourth, and fifth. No more gears to go up there. Back down into fourth, third, second, and that's back into first. So there we go, there's neutral. So there we go, all 5 gears are present and correct. We'll get it fired up and then we'll run it up and down the road. Please like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Just search Phoenix Motos.